Hey guys, what's going on everybody? My name's Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome on back to a brand new LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 video, and today we're going to be taking a look at something, well, kind of cool. And this is, of course, the exclusive, early exclusive, I should clarify, the DLC pack known as the Classic Guardian. So the way to get this was with the Deluxe Edition of the game, and I think some places actually had it as like a pre-order bonus. I'm not really sure which countries that was the case, but nevertheless, if you open up your character roster, you might say to me like, hey, wait a minute, I don't have any of these characters down here. These 6 characters, or 7 characters, sorry. I do not have them. Well, that's because that's the actual pack. So these are the Classic Guardians consisting of the team of Aleta Ogord, Charlie 27, Major Victory, Martinex, Nikki, Starhawk, and last but certainly not least, it's Yondu in his classic attire. Yes, if you didn't know, this is what Yondu looked like in the classic comics. So the Yondu that you see in the movies, or seen in the movies, spoiler alert, I guess. Yeah, they're quite different. I mean, there are some similarities, like they're blue and the big mohawk and everything, but it is pretty cool to see that this one actually had a proper bow and arrow. So, nevertheless, we're going to take a look at each one of the characters, but first, let's go through their card bios. So here we have, of course, Aleta Ogord, and of course, you can see her design there, looking pretty cool outfit. Let's take a look at her attribute count and what she comes along with. So we have the target ability, we have the beam deflect ability, we have the heat ability, so we can melt down gold Lego objects. Then we've got flight, which is obviously pretty handy in many situations, like racing or just getting around Chronopolis because it's so massive. If you don't want to use quick teleportations or quick travel, you can also fly around, which is pleasant. Then you've got telekinesis, which is pretty awesome. Just basically most mage characters have that ability, and teleportation as well. Now, what about the character profile? Well, it reads as follows. As a result of an accident, Aleta merged with her adopted brother Stakar and formed the being Starhawk, joining the Guardians of the Galaxy in their fight against an evil alien race. Aleta eventually managed to separate herself from her brother and started a relationship with Vance Astro, remaining with the Guardians. She first appeared in Defenders number 29 all the way back in 1975 as Aleta, simply put. Alright, so from there, let's move right along to Charlie 27, which is the only big fig in this particular set. So he looks pretty funny. I don't know why. He reminds me of like a weird, like, how would I even, like, steampunk version, I guess maybe I would call it, or something like that, of Juggernaut. Doesn't he look like a variation of Juggernaut? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't really know much about this character, so let's learn together. So let's begin with the character profile. He was born in the year 2981 AD. Charlie 27 is a human descendant genetically engineered to live on the planet Jupiter. Whilst on a long-term space mission, an alien race invaded his planet and eradicated Charlie 27's people, who were Charlie 1 through 26, probably. Joining forces with survivors of alien attacks from all over the solar system, the Guardians of the Galaxy were formed. He first appeared in Marvel Superheroes 18 in 1969. Wow, okay, so this character has been around for a long time. For a character that was born in 2981 AD, he's been around for a hot minute or two. Let's see his abilities. He has fire protection, he has toxic goo protection, toxic gas protection, smash walls, which pretty much every big figure has. Then the target ability, which is basically throwing giant boulders. That's the usual ability that big figs have. Then you've got strength, again, something that's common for big figs. Same goes for hyper jump as well, which is just like a super jump, kind of like what Hulk would do, you know, where he just like charges up and then leaps way up into the air. Then you've got heat ability, which allows him to shoot heat-based beams and melt down gold Lego objects. And then we have wall climbing as well. All right, so from there, let's move right along to Major Victory, the brother of Minor Victory, who seems to be using Captain America's shield. Why is that? Well, let's find out. So, first and foremost, we have our core abilities, which consist of heat, toxic goo protection, toxic gas protection, which usually seem to go hand in hand. Most characters have both if they have one. Then you have acrobat abilities, which is pretty awesome because that means he can actually do the wall climbing across, like, you know those checkered walls? I guess it says it right there, actually. The blue and white checkered walls. So he's able to do sideways jumps and so on and so forth. Then you've got shield switch, which is awesome. Shield mode, which allows you to basically enter a special mode deflecting and taking less damage from enemy attacks. Then you've got shield lift, sorry, not lift. I don't know what that was. That was an accent. While standing on shield lift pads will allow teammates to be boosted into the air. So basically what you're acting as is kind of like a cardboard box or something like that, where you just stand down and then the enemy, or sorry, the friendly character would jump up onto you and leap off of you. There's like, I think there's 1 or 2 levels where that ability is used. I think it's used in level 2 right at the beginning as well, so that's a place where that ability is quite prominently shown. Then we have beam deflection ability and telekinesis, so pretty cool variety of attributes. So what about the character? Well, this is Vance Astrovic, that's his full name. Was accepted onto a special mission to colonize Centauri 4, or is that IV? I don't know. A mission which would take centuries. By the time Astro reached Centauri 4, Earth had already reached it thanks to technological advancements. An evil alien race soon invaded Centauri 4, and Astro, alongside Yondu, were captured and sent to Earth, where they eventually escaped and formed the Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's one of the core members of the Guardians, which is pretty cool, and he appeared in Marvel Superheroes 18 in 1969 as Major Vance Astro. Alright, let's move right along to the next character, which is Martinex. Cool design there. Martinex Naga. I'm guessing that the T is silent, or maybe it's T Naga. I don't know. But he does have the ability to control ice, heat. Ooh, that's kind of cool, having both. That's quite unique. Then you have fire protection, you have toxic gas protection, and targeting abilities. The character profile reads as follows. Martinex's body is covered in an organic crystalline substance in order to survive the extreme temperatures on his home planet, Pluto, where he worked as a scientist. When Pluto was invaded by an evil alien race, are you guys catching a common theme here? Evil alien races have been attacking a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, that's a thing. But, nevertheless, when Pluto was invaded by an evil alien race, Martinex was the only Pluvian? Is that their race, I guess? Like, people who live on Pluto, I guess. They're Pluvians. Who managed to escape and eventually met Charlie 27, Major Astro, and Yondu, together forming the Guardians of the Galaxy to fight back. So they've done a lot of fighting back against a whole lot of spatial forces. So that's quite cool. And he himself also appeared in Marvel Superheroes number 18 in 1969 as Martinex. So that's pretty cool. So we obviously have seen so far all 3 of those appear in that same issue. Now we've got Nikki here. Whoa, that's actually kind of cool. I just realized she shares a hairpiece with Ghost Rider, so that's pretty neat. And Nikki has, wow, only 4 abilities, or 4 attributes. Target, heat, fire protection, and acrobatic abilities. And her character profile reads, Nikki was 11 years old when an evil alien race attacked her home planet. Guess what? It happened again. Mercury, and escaped in a spacecraft as the only survivor of her race. Wow, surprise, surprise. Nikki survived on her own over the course of 7 years until she was eventually found by the Guardians of the Galaxy. Excited at the prospect of adventure after all the years in solitude, Nikki joined the team. Marvel presents number 4, 1976, as Nikki, and her full name is Nicolette Gold. Okay, so then we move on to Starhawk, aka the coolest helmet in the game, possibly. I mean, look how ridiculous that looks. So the core attributes we have here are strength, heat, flight, smash walls ability, and the targeting ability. And the bio reads, as a result of an accident, Stakar merged with his adopted sister, Aleta, who we read about just a little while ago, and formed the being known as Starhawk. Both Stakar and Aleta lived within the same body and frequently fought for control over it. After the accident, Starhawk left their home and joined the Guardians of the Galaxy, helping the team fight off attacks from evil aliens. And as we know from Aleta's bio, they later on split back in half. So I guess Stakar went on his way, and did he stay as Starhawk? I'm not sure. But he appeared in Defenders number 27 as Starhawk, so that is definitely quite cool. And then last, oh but certainly not least, it is the main event. He is the star of the show. It is Yondu. Classic attire, only 3 abilities: targeting, enhanced stances, and acrobatic abilities. And his character profile reads, Yondu was a native of the planet Centauri 4. Oh, that's actually cool. Okay, that's kind of neat. That is definitely quite cool, how all the bios are coming together. Although he usually avoided outsiders, Yondu met Vance Astro when an evil alien race invaded, and they were captured and sent to Earth as they tried to flee. Upon successfully escaping imprisonment, Yondu and Astro met Martinex and Charlie 27, forming the Guardians of the Galaxy. And of course, he appeared in Marvel's Superheroes number 18 in 1969 as Yondu Udonta. Alright, so there we are, ladies and gents. So that is the entire roster of characters. Let's have a quick look at each of them here. Let me know if you want to see like an actual showcase of each character's gameplay, because I think that could be kind of fun to do in an upcoming video. I just don't want to make it like insanely lengthy, because I don't know if you guys would be okay with that. But, whoa, dude, look at Charlie's blaster. That thing is ridiculous. Look at this. That's his frying power. And then he's got that elbow drop that most big figs have. Booyah. Not bad. So this is Aleta here, who looks like, to me at least, like a yellow lantern. Just the outfit, that is. Then we've got Major Victory, who seems to have borrowed Captain America's shield. I still don't understand why his shield is the same. So maybe I need to read some sort of storyline that explains as to why he acquired Captain America's shield. So not certain about that. Then we've got Martinex here, who is the ice and heat abilities, which is kind of interesting because there isn't really too many situations where there's a character that can do both. Whoa, that's a giant popsicle right there. And then, of course, we move on to Nikki herself, who has the ability to... Okay, I guess she's got a fire haircut, literally. She just can release fire from her head. She kind of reminds me a little bit of the Phoenix, right? Like, Jane Storm... Not Jane Storm. Oh my gosh! Why am I forgetting her name? From the X-Men. Wow, okay, that's officially embarrassing. I cannot recall the name. But here's Starhawk. Starhawk? Yep, I can talk. So here he is, looking quite awesome. He can fly around very quickly. Or should I say here they are? Because is this the fused version of the two or not? I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to need to whip out my Marvel Encyclopedia and go take a look at it, because it would be interesting. Like, we saw Aleta, of course, what she looks like, but we don't know what was his name? Stakar, I think, right? Let's see. Yeah, Stakar. So I don't know if this is like Stakar or not. So it's kind of an interesting tidbit there. And then we have Yondu right here. He's got his bow and arrow. He doesn't have a double jump, oddly enough, which is kind of interesting because he does have the acrobatic ability, but he doesn't have that like extra little twirl that many characters that are acrobatic can do. So, sort of taken aback by that one. A little bit surprised by the fact that that is the case, but I think we got this. Let's show off a little combo wombo here. Look at that! Boom! That was a cool little throw with a bow. I'll help you at some point in the future. Thanks all for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's showcase of the classic Guardians of the Galaxy pack in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2.